Paul. No, not a question. Let's start it, Paul. What would you like me to about? Med breath, work, life, story. All right. Let's see. Good morning. Today is the 8th of the 7th, 2025. On 9 years, so 789. Pretty aligned today. We entered the 7-7 portal according to astrology, which means that there is some energy open for people to be used. Let's put the fabric on the touch so I look pretty. Oh my God, my hair is a mess. My hair is a mess. Yes, I think it's been a week now. Been a week. This is a full-on week, 7 times that I've started this live chats. Let's put a different background on. Let's put a different background on. Different background. Let's put this background. I like this background. Perfect. As if I'm talking to you from the beach, in the clouds with the rainbow. What a beautiful day. Oh my God. Today's been a day of non-procrastination. So already was on a meeting call this early on with my breathwork soma, which was amazing. We did a little practice, getting back into it, into the hurdle. Yes, life story. All right, the collective identity crisis. I'll talk about one of my identity crisis. So I had an identity crisis about a year ago. Uh, I finished helping out with the family. Got my dad out of hospital. He was in for 6 months, and I was with him, cleaning him up, literally cleaning his shit up every day. In the hospital, he had his colon taken out because of the vaccines, and he couldn't control his shit. So I flew from Australia to Israel and spent 6 months every day at hospital, sleeping there with him, cleaning up his shit. And he went through the surgery and he got out of the surgery and he's alive, which I thank God every day for and very blessed. And then I flew back to Australia, got my family back to Australia, and everyone was okay. So my identity was the carer of the family. That was my identity crisis, that I have to care for everyone and take care of everyone in the family. And at that moment, everyone was taken care of. The universe took care of everyone. Everything was okay. So I had an identity crisis with myself of what am I? What do I need to do? What's next in life? I was a professional soccer player early on in my life, and then I was a businessman, and then I became my brother's keeper. I have an autistic brother that I look after, and I'm his guardian, official guardian here in Australia. And everyone was taken care of. My mom was taken care of. My dad was in a good space. My brother was in a good space. And I was just like, what am I doing with myself? What do I need to do in this life? Elon Musk, yeah, in a sec, I'll answer you my stance on it. I actually answer to you in like a spiritual way. So just had an identity crisis. So I flew to Thailand. I meditated every day, did yoga, went to different breath works, different sound healings, and realized that that's something that I want to facilitate. I want to give to the world and hold spaces for people to go within, go deep, heal themselves, and learn as many techniques as possible to be at service to others. And that was my identity crisis. And once I entered that call, that identity of being at service to others, being a positive feedback loop in this reality that we live in, is where things just clicked in. I the next day, someone called me. They got me on a flight to New York. I had to go to Bali to save someone that was on a bike accident. Had to find her, found her, got her healthy, got her safety, flew her to New York. Was in New York for 2 weeks. I used to live in New York, so I was in the city. And then I was sick for 2 weeks in New York, and then I flew back to Bali and just did a lot of different facilitator training programs so I can facilitate to others. And yeah, so if you're going through identity crisis, my advice to you, Elon Musk, is let go, do the healthy habits, and allow it to come to you. Allow your identity to show yourself to you, if that makes any sense. And my stand on Israel, Palestine is very simple. We manifest the world that we think. Uh, Israeli people, we have it in our mentality that the world is out to get us and we have to protect ourselves. So we manifest that reality. And through all observable, every observation of evidence, the people of Palestine, the extreme Muslim world, lives in a manifestation state of destruction, of death for the caliphate. So that's what is manifested out of it. And both of those manifestation of reality, they actually work together because one group is manifesting that we have to build our forces and we have to protect ourselves because everyone wants to come and get us. We, from history, from whatever it is, the Jewish history of the world. And then the other manifestation, the collective manifestation, is destruction, death. That's just the extreme Islam. I'm not talking about every Muslim person. I'm not talking about every thing of Islam, but just the jihad, Islam jihad. That's their manifestation, and then it manifests into reality. So the moment Israel Jews stop inherently believing that we're prosecuted and everyone's out to get us, that's the day that people will stop prosecuting and be out to get us. It's very inherited in our religion that there's phrases that we're all every generation we're gonna be hunted, and every generation God is gonna save us. So that's like inherited in our belief system. And then the inherited belief system of Jihad Islam is to conquer the world, the caliphate, kill everyone that doesn't want to practice this sort of Islam, and then that manifests as well. So when both thought, belief, and thoughts will stop enacting themselves, then it will stop happening. But as long as the collective group that's the collective thought of the group, then it's going to keep manifesting itself. That's from the spiritual stance of what's happening in Israel and Palestine. It's just you're seeing in front of your eyes the manifestation of a collective thought. So one has a collective thought that, as I said, we're going to be prosecuted all the time, and one has a collective thought of we have to conquer the world for it to be peaceful. So they work hand in hand because we're being prosecuted, we have to protect ourselves, and they're prosecuting, so we're protecting ourselves. And another thing about Israel Palestine, for who was watching and seeing this, why is the world so fixated on that problem? That's what we should ask ourselves. Why does everyone in the world have an opinion about this certain situation? We shouldn't, but why is it so out there and everyone's looking at it? That's what we should be asking ourselves. Why? And then the answer is it's distraction. If the world didn't want this conflict to happen, it wouldn't happen. But this conflict serves so many people in the world for them to do whatever they want. So it serves the general Muslim Arab world and African world to focus on this situation between Israel and Palestine so they can do whatever they want. Same with America. So as long as this problem, no other problem will be solved. So there's no reason to solve this problem because everyone's gaining money from it. Everyone's making it for themselves. So I hope that answered the question, Mr. Ilan. But yeah, so another little life story of mine. We'll go back to the beginning. So the day I decided to be at service to others, and this is part of what I'm doing here on live. I'm sharing ideas. We're going to do meditation, breath work, ask me any question. The day I did the breath work, had a conversation with the divine. I said, I'm ready to be at service to others. The next day I got a text message on the beach. We need your help. When asked, what do you guys need? And they said, we need you to fly to Bali, pick a girl up that was in a bike accident and bring her to New York. And I started laughing because it's like the moment I'm willing to do this, then the universe is going to give you probably the most berserk, outrageous thing that you can ask yourself to do. And then you have to say yes. Because if you say no, like you're going to go back. So if you say, I want to be whatever, I want to be a singer. The next day, someone's going to ask you to sing in front of a crowd. You have to sing. You can't say no and be shy and act from fear. You have to act from love. You have to act from self-expression. You have to act from a place of vulnerability and trusting in the process because it's never going to be perfect. But as long as you're trying, that's all that matters. That's a little bit of a life story about me. Another fun life story about me. Not a funny life story about me. Well, I never really went to high school. I skipped high school and I went straight to university in New York. I did all the exams by myself. And I just decided high school wasn't really important to sit in a class and regurgitate information. If we just need to pass a test, what does it matter all? And if you can take that to anything that you want, like if you have a goal that you want to achieve, just achieve the goal. Don't worry about the path. And if the path doesn't seem aligned with you, find a way to enter a new path, but finish the goal. That's really, really important. A lot of times we start things and we don't finish them. We need to finish things that we start in order for us to go to the next thing. Otherwise, what we didn't finish will come back in the next thing that we want to do. And sometimes the hardest thing is to finish something knowing that there's no reason for it. If it's a relationship, if it's a job, if it's an exam, if it's a course, if we don't see, oh, what's the reason for me finishing? It doesn't matter. We get distracted. But the most important thing is actually to finish. Because once you finish, you open up the space for whatever needs to come in the next goal, the next path. And if you don't finish, you're going to be set back and you're going to have to do those things again. And finishing with no excuse to why finishing is more powerful than finishing with an excuse to why did I finish it. And the reason for that, it just shows about the second coming of Jesus Christ. I think we all are. I don't think that the consciousness of the second coming of Jesus Christ is an individual. I think it's a collective consciousness thought. That the day we all believe that we need to be at service to others, we need to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, and we need to believe in the one divine entity, God, energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, as the creator, the manifester, the healer of this world, and surrender ourselves and to be at service for the greater good. That's when we'll have that 1,000 years of prosperity. Uh, we don't need to get fixated on a person or a thing. Uh, it's better to fixate on the idea of the thing, of the person, of what he's saying. We are all children of God. Every one of us, everyone that's here is a children of God. I'm not Christian to believe in the Trinity to know too much about it, but if you look at it in a spiritual way, so you got body, mind, and soul, right? So that's the three things that we operate on. So we got our bodily, this 3D creation. We got our mind, which is our fear-based and critical, analytic thinking, and then we got our soul, which is pure, our heart, our energy, love, pure source. So once those three are in line, which is what they talk about the Trinity, that's when you experience bliss, That's when you experience manifestation. That's when you experience love. That's when you experience flow. That's when you experience the infinite source of this universe that we're in this matrix. The moment our body, mind, and soul are all aligned, the Holy Trinity, is when we experience the divine God that's within us, if that makes any sense. Look at a lot of religion texts as metaphors to how to live a better life, how to live a more fulfilled life, how to live a more life of abundance. Don't get caught up in the dogma of things. Understand that the dogmatic emphasis of religion is there for the masses to make it easier for the whole to follow, to be dogmatic about it. It's kind of it's a social concept in psychology that there's 80% of the people in the world are gonna follow a leader. They're gonna follow a path, and they're gonna need to do one, two, three, four in order to receive what is given. Then you have 10% to the left, and you have 10% to the right, which are usually the anarchists, they're the rebels, they're the rule breakers. And they're there to always keep the system, this manifestation of reality, this metrics vibrant and upgrading because they challenge the authority. So, and religion text, most of it, the good parts of it, right? The love your neighbor as yourself, treat others how you want to be treated, respect your elderly, the Ten Commandments, all of this stuff are really, really helpful guidelines to live a healthy, fulfilling life. I don't believe it matters if you believe in a person that is the Messiah, or if you believe that you are the Messiah, or if you believe in the energy of what the Messiah needs to bring. It's the concept of it that makes the difference. But really, just the only thing that I do believe that we need to believe and surrender ourselves to is the belief of one divine unity, God, universe, collective consciousness, whatever you want to name it, and then knowing that there is a creator, that this was created for us to experience. This was created for the cows to experience. This was created for the trees to experience. This whole experience of experiencing is the creation of the divine, of God. And we're here to experience it. Every being is here to experience this being through their lens, and that's what really religion comes to teach. But then humanity comes along the way and changes it for power and grab, and that's okay. Like, we don't have to take part of it. Some people do, and some people need it, and some people need to be told what to do in order to live a healthier life. Some people need, think about it this way, some people need a private coach to exercise every day, a personal trainer. They need the dogmatic, someone to tell them, someone to look over their shoulder that they're doing the right thing. Some people don't. Some people are that personal trainer to themselves, that they have that self-confidence, that they have the self participation, they have the consistency inside them, that they can hold themselves accountable to a higher goal. They have control over their desires without being looked over. So, which one you are, and both are okay, there's no good or bad. Choose accordingly to that how you would like to practice things. If you're a person that can hold yourself accountable, that is consistent on a base to base on daily routine and higher, and being able to hold and not fulfill your humanly desires and have a lot of self-control, you don't necessarily need to follow religion or spiritual scripture word for word dogmatically, because you can hold yourself. But for those who don't have that self-discipline, having that discipline of going to church, going to synagogue, going to mosque, praying those times of day you need to pray, praying and all of that stuff, makes it a much easier experience for life. That's just my stand on things. Okay, makes sense. Please ask any more questions. I would love to answer. But always remember, like, there's divine in everything. And this is from the spiritual world, and now I'll bring it into the scientific world. So in the scientific world, the moment every atom is spinning because in the center of the atom there's unlimited energy at 0 Kelvin. So every atom, every building block in this reality is moving and is connected to the divine energy of the universe. So everything is divine. Every atom of yours is divine. Every atom of this table, of this phone, has divine consciousness in it. What do I recommend? Navigating through the world while pursuing a career, but also keeping your spirit, mind, and body aligned. Okay, I really recommend breaking it down. So, first of all, don't marry your career. That's my first thing. Like, don't marry the outcome. That's my first advice for everyone. It's good to have a career, a goal, an outcome, to put it out there, a post that you know where you're going, but don't marry it. Allow the world flow to shift you to where you need to go. Like, don't fight resistance. And then once you have that career, that goal, that whatever it is that you want, keep it and then work on your body. So make sure you exercise, work on your mind, make sure you meditate, make sure you breathe, and work on your soul. Your soul is most fulfilled when it's firstly authentic, and secondly, when you're helping another person. So if you're authentic at helping others, your soul will be completely fulfilled as much as it can. Your body, find the right exercise through play and also regiment training that makes your body feel good. And your mind, practice meditation, practice breath work to have an understanding of your mind, have a conversation with your mind, have some sort of control over your mind. And once you align those three things with your path and goal, life will just like blast through everything. So many things will come your way. So many doesn't mean that it's not going to be hard. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges. Of course, you're going to have challenges. That's the whole part of this world is going through challenges and learning from them, if that makes any sense. Musk, it's deeply inconsistent to speak of unity and peace while demoralizing an entire people and justifying mass violence against them. Two, labeling all Palestinians as radical while thousands of their children are burned under rubber reveals more about one's bias than desires to peace. Real peace begins with honest accountability, not selective empathy. Well, I guess, Melon Musk, you didn't hear what I was saying then. I wasn't saying all Palestinians. I was saying jihad ideology manifests itself. That's the ideology of jihad is to conquer the world, having a one world order under jihad Islam. That's the manifestation. So in the spiritual world, if this is what you think, this is what you read, this is what you pray for, this is what it's gonna come. War, fighting, so on. I'm not even talking about the Palestinian people. I'm talking about manifestation in reality. And then I said it in the Jewish, because I'm Jewish, because I know the Jewish scripture, I know the Jewish things. In our inherited belief, we believe, again, this is also true because what happens, but then it's like the egg and the chicken, who comes first, the manifestation of it or the actual thing. So we believe that we are prosecuted and we're going to be prosecuted every generation, and God is going to come and save us every generation. So because we have this inherent belief in us, we have this system of belief building us, the manifestation of it is that we are going to get prosecuted and people are going to try to kill and hate Jews. This is not even talking about the war and this and who is dying, who is not. This is, it's disgusting, it's ugly, but the world has always been at war and we've always been fighting. And it will only change if we change our inherited belief. If we stop inherit belief in the jihad world that we need to conquer and everyone has to be Muslim, and if you're not Muslim, you're blasphemy and so on. If that will change, then the behavior of jihad Muslims will change. And then in the Jewish world, if we stop believing that we need to be prosecuted and everyone's prosecuting us and we're because whatever and God's gonna come and save us, then that will stop happening as well. But it's two different mindsets and two different manifestation sets that funny enough, they work together because one says we need to conquer, kill, jihad, not talking about Palestinians, just talking about jihad Islam. And one says that we're going to get prosecuted and God's going to come and save us from this prosecution every generation. So this manifestation coexists with this manifestation, and the sweet spot between two circles, right, is where they're both aligned. Prosecute, get prosecuted. Kill, get saved, and so on and so on. So if we change our mindset, this is again, I'm talking about from the spiritual world, from the manifestation world, from the not even taking to talking about what's happening and so on, and you can get really, really diced into it, and I can show you antidotes from this side, and you can show me antidotes from that side. But I'm saying the underneath fundamental belief of a collective is going to create the collective. Israel and what's my stand on Israel and Palestine? My stand is that Jewish people deserve their homeland, ancestral homeland to live. The people that proclaim themselves to be people of Palestine, the Arabs that moved from Jordan, from Syria, they deserve to live as well and peacefully and without hurting their neighbor, and the neighbor shouldn't hurt themselves. But it has to come from both. And there's so much history of mistrust and not believe in the other that is the only way forward is if it comes from the people. And if the Palestinian people show that they don't want to destroy all of Israel and they want all of Israel to themselves, and the Israeli people will trust that, but they're not saying it about Israel and Palestine. My stand on Israel Palestine is not just seriously necessarily about Israel and the Palestinian people or the Jews and the Arabs. My stand is that this conflict itself serves so many other people, and that's why you're seeing it. Meaning that I don't know if you know, but Jordan is 50% Palestinian, that they have a secondary passport, that they can't vote, they can't work in high-paying jobs. That they're actually living in apartheid in Jordan. So the same in Lebanon, same in Syria, same in Egypt. So the reason that Egypt, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan don't want to actually solve this conflict is because it serves their interests that they're allowed to do whatever they want without the world looking at them. So as long as there's a conflict between Israelis and Palestinians, they will be able to do whatever they want while blaming the Israel and Palestinian conflict as if that's the biggest problem in the world. So think about like why am I focusing on Israel and Palestine when there's so much chaos happening in the world and I really only care about this? Why is the media sending this? Why is like question, like critical thinking, why this conflict is the most talked about conflict in the world? There's a reason for that. Not because it's the worst or it's the best or it's the harshest. No, there's a reason for that. And the reason, ah, there on my tongue. And the reason for it is to keep everyone distracted about this conflict so everyone can get away with whatever they're doing. That's my stand on it. Uh, No, it's not a genocide. I have to correct you there. A genocide is, first of all, is intention. We Israelis, Israel doesn't want, there's zero intention to kill every Palestinian in Gaza. We actually go out of our way not to. We put soldiers at risk. It's sad. It sucks. It's super complicated. The whole urban warfare. It's super annoying that most of the world is seeing one-sided picture, which is the horrific pictures of war from one lens without actually understanding the other. Uh, no, it's not a genocide. Like from a community that experienced genocide, like we don't deliberately want to kill every Palestinian. We don't. If we wanted to, we have the capability to, and we would have done it. But we don't want to do it. We really don't. We like we're. If think about it this way: the more Palestinian people dying, less productivities for Israel, not the opposite. So, and the more Palestinian people dying, the more productive it is for the extreme jihadist groups that control that region, Hamas, Hezbollah, and so on. Because the world empathy goes, which is with the people that suffer the most in a conflict. So they want to suffer the most for their population in order to put international pressure on Israel because Israel cares about international pressure for whatever reason they care about it. So that's their tactic. So or when I say we, Israel doesn't want to kill anyone, to be honest, that is not a terrorist. And the more innocent people that die, it's actually worse for Israel global point of view because people are just gonna hate on Israel more. So we don't have an incentive for mass casualties. Hamas has an incentive for mass casualties because if there wasn't mass casualties, there wouldn't be so much hate towards Israel, right? So they have an incentive for it. But no, it's not a genocide. There's an actual genocide happening in China with the Uyghurs. They're castrating them, 2 million people. They're putting them in camps. They're sending them to work, and so on. So like, there's an actual genocide happening in Yemen where like they're famine killing themselves. There was a genocide happening in Syria during the civil war. There was a genocide happening in Sudan, like genocide happening in Myanmar. Like in order for genocide, we Israelis and Jews don't have any intention to kill a whole population or systematically eradicate them. We don't have that belief. We don't have that desire. We don't want to do it. So yeah, that makes sense. But I know it's hard to see it from where you are. It's hard to see it from the international point of view, especially with what you're seeing on your screen and information that you're getting and bombing here and killing there, which don't actually happen, but you think they do. Like there's a lot of false information on purpose out there to make the conflict worse than what it looks like, than what it actually is. And the problem is that if the world puts the same attention and emphasis and direction on Hamas as it's doing on Israel, to surrender, to let go, to give up, to give the hostages back, all of this stuff. If the world attention was on Hamas, that they should give up power, the people of Palestine would have a better life. Like the people holding Gaza hostages are the Hamas. Promise you, the day that all hostages get like dead or alive go back to Israel, that's the day that Israel steps out of it. And then you gotta ask yourself, why doesn't Egypt open up its borders to Gaza to integrate? Which Gaza was part of Egypt until 1967. So, and then Gaza was liberated from everyone in 2005. This is where the mistrust happens between the Jews and the Arabs in that region. It's like, we gave you Gaza, do what you want with it. And what we got from it was rockets and death. So it's hard for us to say, okay, take more land or have this autonomous place. So we're going to trust that you're going to be peaceful and negotiate and live in harmony. That's the difference. It's like if Gaza, for example, in 2005, when it was completely zero Israelis, zero Jews there, became Dubai or Singapore, it would have been amazing. And because then we would have trusted and we would have had open relationship with Gaza, we had open borders, we would have had everything. But because it didn't, it's hard to trust. It's difficult. Trust needs to be earned. It can't be given. All right. I spoke for too long about this conflict, but I hope you saw it from another view or stance. We're going to do a meditation now. So anyone that wants to join in the meditation, we're going to do 10-minute meditation. And this is going to be a body scan meditation. So we're just going to breathe. I'll guide through. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll enter it into a Q&A for those who want to join. Join the meditation along the account. No. All right. All right. So close your eyes. I'm going to close mine. Take a deep breath in And deep breath out. And I want you to place your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your chest for this meditation. And I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to focus when you're breathing in, what comes up first? Does your belly pop up or does your chest? And breathe out. I'm going to do it one more time, breathing in and breathe out. Now I want you to imagine that you're in an empty, white field, just you in the universe, and you can see yourself, and you can keep breathing in and breathing out, and keep that rhythm of breath while I guide you on this meditation. And as you're breathing in and you're seeing yourself in this white world, everything's white around you. You can see yourself, you can feel yourself, and I want you to start scanning and using, imagine like a fishnet coming down on top of your head, going down, scanning your third eye, scan your body, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, the back of your throat, your chest, your shoulders, scanning your belly all the way down to your hips, down your legs, all the way to your tippy toes. And use that scan to go back up. We're gonna do it two more times, scanning back up, going down up from your legs with the imaginary fishnet, your knees, scanning your hips, scanning your lower abdominals, scanning your stomach, scanning your chest, scanning your neck, scanning your forehead, scanning the aura around you, and keep breathing in and out. Always come back to the breath. I'm gonna go for the second round of scanning from the top, my third eye, scanning your eyes, your ears, your nose. Keep scanning your throat, your upper back, your shoulders, your chest, scanning your solar plex, down your stomach, your back, your lower back, your hips, your knees, all the way down to your tippy toes. And breathing in and out. And coming back up with the scan. We're gonna do it one more time after this. Coming up, scanning your tippy toes, your feet, your calves, your knees, scanning your thighs, scanning your hips, your lower back, bottom of your spine, scanning your stomach, your abdominal, scanning your solar plex, going up your back, and scanning your chest, scanning your throat, scanning your head, scanning your aura, and breathing in and breathing out. Last round of scan, we're gonna scan, and now when we scan, as you're scanning your body, if you feel tension anywhere, I want you to bring and say this mantra of the Ho'oponopono. You can just say Ho'oponopono 3 times, or you can say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. As I'm scanning my head, I'm feeling on my third eye some tension, so I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. Going down your throat, going down your neck, going down your shoulders, Going down your hands. I'm feeling some tension around my heart, so I'm gonna give it some love. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Continuing my scan down my solar plex. I can feel something in my stomach. Let's give it some love. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Continuing my scan, I can feel it in my lower back. Scanning my lower back. Let's give it some love. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Going down my hips all the way to my legs, the bottom of my spine. I can feel some tension in the root chakra. Let's give it some love. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Breathing in and out. And I imagine when you're scanning this time going from down all the way up, take that magic net, that fish net, and imagine that it's scanning your body and it's taking everything that's not needed, every tension, every fear-based emotion, every hate-based emotion, any emotion, any thought that's not wanted with this fish net that we're scanning and filtering our body from our legs, tippy toes, calves, knees, hips, thighs, stomach going up, solar plex, upper back, middle back, chest, throat, eyes, third eye, all the way to our crown. Imagine that net has come up and all the rubbish, all the darkness, all the things that no longer serves you, you're gonna put it in a slingshot. Imagine you're shooting the slingshot all the way to the sun. Sending all the energy that's not needed with us, sending it back to the universe and watch it fall down like snowflake around all the world as we've transformed it into love and appreciation. And say gratitude to yourself. Thank you for taking this moment to meditate, to breathe, to feel. Thank you, universe. Thank you for everyone that's watching. Take a deep breath in, and with a sigh, take a breath out. And come back to the here and now. Uh, don't know what Tim Dillon said, what point, what stance, but yeah, I hope I answered your stance on these things. I hope you actually did the meditation and you enjoyed it. I feel better after meditation, more clear. Uh, yeah, if there's another thing you guys want, ask if you, Melon, wanna continue the conversation after what I answered to you. I hope uh, I hope you understand that we're being manipulated as a whole collective for whatever it is. And we're being manipulated for a lot of things. And ask yourself why all the time. Why am I seeing this? Why is this a talking point? What's the actual reason behind it? And be curious. Don't be married to your ideas. That's my advice. Even if you think you're 100% right and correct about something, don't be married to it. Be open to listen to other perspective, be open to listen to other experiences, be open to hear other things because most of the time we don't know most things and we have strong ideas and we fight to protect them. And it's good to listen to people who actually experience the experience themselves from whatever it is, if it's through a job, if it's through work, if it's through partnership. Someone's walked the path that you want to walk, it's good to ask them how was the path because they walked it. And Nick RS, I don't understand what wow Jesus calls are, but whatever they are, they are. Ah, Melon, did you actually do the meditation, or you just came here to scream about the biggest problem in the world? Ah, oh, okay, another life story about myself. I'll give you a life story that understand where it comes from. When I was 15, I got selected to play in an academy in Spain. I was a goalkeeper. Thank you, Merlin. Hope you enjoyed. I'm here every day from 11:30 Australian time to 12:30 p.m. sharing, doing different meditations. This is my consistency thing that I'm gonna do every day for the next 21 days left, I think. I've been doing it for over a week now. But yeah, back to my personal story. So I was 15, I got selected, I left home, went to a boarding school in Spain, and this boarding school of football academy, you had a program with the Druze. I don't know if you guys know what Druze are. Druze are Arabs living in around Israel, Syria, Lebanon, but they're not Muslim. They believe they have a different religion. Uh, it's not Islam. So they went to a village of Druze in the north of Israel and took a whole team to Spain to play in the academy, and it was an experience, I was living with Arabs. And there was also Muslim Arabs that got selected from Israel that were playing there. And because I was fresh from Australia, basically, didn't live in Israel at that time or for a very long time, so I was out of the geopolitical thought. And there's a lot of internal racism in Israel, which is funny. Like in general, Yemens, Moroccans, Ashkenazi, we have our own internal battles like any other civilization or country. And I felt like I was captured, like I was a hostage there. Even though I told myself I'm not, I went out, I made friends, but I had to watch every word that comes out of my mouth because one time I was joking. I was 15 years old. I was joking with a fellow player that literally hated me. I could see it in his eyes. And we were laughing. We was just about to come back, go back to Israel. I think it was Christmas holiday, something like that. And we're in my room, in the boarding room, and we were, kids. Oh, I want to play for Real Madrid. I want to play for this. I want to play for that. And I said, yeah, I want to play for Real Madrid. And Abed said to me, if you play for Real Madrid, whatever you want. Now, I was being cheeky and I was being smartass. I can say that. I'm not saying I wasn't. And I was trying to be respectful because, it's a hypothetical. It's never really going to happen. So I'm going to give a hypothetical that's never going to happen either. So I said, I would like to marry into your family. I'll marry you, your sister, your cousin, whatever it is. If I make it to Real Madrid, if you want to give me what I want. And his eyes flipped. He almost killed me. He beat me up with what's it called? The kettle. Lucky those other people there, separated us, went to my room, felt threatened for my life. I'm gonna stab you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do this to you. So this is like the difference. What I want to say is like this difference is a huge difference in our society is that us in the Western world, we don't get really offended by words, but the Middle East, the Arabs, words matter. And words have meanings, and family matters, and family tradition has meanings. So yeah, it was just a life story. Again, I don't blame him for anything. I don't blame myself. We're just kids. Even if I would have said anything else smaller, probably would have got bashed. That's just what it is. Uh, so yeah, I it's like I've have a lived experience with Muslims, with Arabs. I'm not saying they're bad at all. I'm saying beautiful people, very traditional, very humble, very respecting the elders, their parents, something that we all need to learn. There's so much to learn from one another, you know? But but war and fighting is so part of it. It's so inherited in us. Like even monkeys, you know, like I just watched this chimpanzee movie. I think it's on Netflix. It's called Chimp Nation. And even them, after they separate, they come from the same group, same pack, same bloodline, same village, but the moment they separate and create another group, the bigger group attacks them and kills them and eats them. So it's like the moment we as animal, as the animal consciousness in us is the moment we create separation is the moment that we start fighting each other. So how do we as human beings stop creating the separation? I think it starts with telling everyone that you're all children of God. There's God inside every one of you. There's love inside every one of you. And the way to manifest and to live in harmony and peace is to find that love inside of you and share it with the world. There's no reason to hate. There's no reason to conquer. If you take a look at life in general, our lifespan and history, right? So in the beginning, there was wars over resources, and we figured that out. Now there's not a lack of resources in the world. There's abundance of resources, so we don't need to fight it. And then geographically places we had a fight about, right? Because we had to travel with horses, carriages, boats, and so on. But now we have planes, so no geography really matters anymore. You can live in the mountains of the Himalaya and still catch a plane and make it to New York in 24 hours. So geography is done. So the universe is always gonna, whatever problems that we're gonna bring up for the separation inside us as a society, the universe will solve that problem. Again, part of manifestation will solve that problem and still show us that we have that problem of separation inside us. We'll always find, our mind will always find, our ego will always find another reason why we need to separate from one another. There is no reason to separate. We need to respect one another. We need to love one another. We need to be of acts of service to one another. We don't need to separate one another. Uh, yeah, this is what just coming from me and wanted to share. But just that's just my view on life. And this collective game of consciousness of unity. Right now, we're watching so much evil. There's so much evil happening in the world. We're watching it. But if there's so much evil, there's so much beauty and love in the world. There's a balance, the yin and yang. There's so much balance. Ego, yeah, it knows the world outside, and ego comes from a place to self-protect. It's like it's the protection mechanism that we have. But life is so different from when our ego evolved today than what it serves. So there's a reason our mind finds faces in the dark. Yeah, it doesn't want to die, and the reason that we find faces in the dark is for self-protection. So the ego, the mind even creates faces that are not there. So it's protecting itself. The I, this is mind, that's ego. I need these resources for survive. I need to protect this food in order to survive. I need to hold on to this female or to this male, whatever, in order to survive. We don't live in that world anymore. Like, yes, we do live in that world, but we don't live in those premises of the world anymore. We live in a completely different world that we've created over the last 300 years. That now the old belief systems are clashing against it, and you're seeing the power, the people that have been wielding power over us for so long, just fighting to keep it. Then the thing with fighting something that you can't control, you're gonna lose. Like if the people of power would have let go of the power and say, you know what? No reason to fight. Have enjoy it. We don't need to control. We can be controlled in small groups, kind of like a blockchain. Every small town has its rules, has its information, but as long as we as the global live in these 10 commandment rules, right? Don't kill, don't lie, don't steal, don't want your neighbor's wife, don't be greedy, don't gossip, have a day that you rest, respect your elders, believe in the divine, know that divine is there for you. Like if that was the general rules around the world that every human being had to follow, and this is kind of what mono religion came in to tell us, then we would live in a very, very peaceful life. And we would live in abundance and we would live in creation and we would live in prosperity with one another. We would be helping our neighbors, we would be helping our fellow friends, we'll be helping those who need help because we can help them. We'll be sharing our abundance with others because the moment you share your abundance is the moment you receive more abundance. It's a funny thing in scientific. They they looked at everyone that is a philanthropical person that donates to charity and causes, and so for every dollar that they spend on charity, they receive a dollar 60 back. So take it to where you want. Go try it. You'll donate $100 and you see that you're gonna make $160 in a different way. This is it's scientifically proven, and in religion, it comes from religion as well. Donate, share, take care of the weak, help the others. God will give you more. And that's really what I mean when I was saying if you want to use religion dogmatically, because it helps you to keep yourself in line, do it. If you don't want to use religion dogmatically, take all the good parts of religion and follow them. So scan for what you think is good, whatever your moral conscience says this is a good thing to have, and follow it. If you say this is bad about religion, let it go. Don't follow it. You don't need to. You think it's bad, doesn't matter if you follow it. But look for the good. Look for the good parts in religions, in scripture, in spirituality, in Hinduism, in Buddhism, in Judaism, in Christianity, in Islam, whatever divine scripture that you prefer, look for the good parts. Look for everything that comes from love and gives love and compassion and all of those things. That would be my advice. And if you can't find any, I'll give you two on the back of my head. One, love your neighbor as you love yourself, and don't do to others what you don't want to be done to you. And believe in one divine God that that is the creator and he loves you. So if you follow this, just these three basic rules. There's a divine God, loves you, and acts from love. Everything is happening to you is for your best good. Have that inherited in your mind. Second, love your neighbor as you love yourself. I mean, you love the other person like you love yourself. So you give compassion to the other person like you want to receive compassion. You give appreciation to the other as you would like to receive it. And don't do to others what you don't want to be done to you. Meaning that if you ask yourself a question, how should I act towards this person, and you don't know, ask yourself, how would I want to be treated in this situation if I was the other person? And that's your answer, how you should treat them. That it's as simple as that. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Don't do to others what you don't want to be done to you. And accept that there's a divine God, universe, creator that created this for us to experience love and share the love with others because he loves you. God loves you. If he didn't love you, why he doesn't love us? Zero. What's the reason to create this if you don't love the creation? All right. Any more questions before I go off? This was my hourly big light uh, talk and meditation. I'm so happy, Merlin, that you enjoyed the meditation. I hope you enjoyed the chats and the perspective. And the debate. Healthy debate is a good debate. I'll end the poll. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, please write in the comments before I go. Otherwise, it's my time to go and have some lunch. Right, everyone left. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day. Focus on good. Good will come to you.